Good morning. Happy Thursday. It is Thursday. It's time to get real. Good morning. Happy Thursday. It's time to get real. Are we ready? Yes, we are. So today was an unexpected day off of work. So, I knew I had it off, but I usually work on Thursdays, so I was pretty excited not to have to work. So my plan today is to use my time wisely and clean the house because it hasn't been cleaned in a long time, and then just straighten up things that, just odds and ends that need to be done. And then to work on our real life success challenge. I want to get that going because I've had some questions about, what is it all going to entail? Yeah, I don't know yet. something that's going to help you be successful. I've got a lot of ideas around in here, but nothing down on paper yet. So I'm going to work on that and just use the day wisely. I haven't worked out yet today. I do have a workout written on the board. I'm not sure if I'm going to get to it. I've been okay with working out 5 to 6 times a week. I used to work out like probably 9 to 12 times a week. 5 or 6 is what I'm willing to fit in right now. So sometimes you just have to go with the flow, go with what's going on. And so I may or may not work out today. I am not sure. So I'm excited for today. I hope you are too. I hope you have a lot of fun things on your list of things to do. And believe it or not, cleaning the house isn't fun, but I'm actually looking forward to doing it because it needs to be done. And I'll be excited when it is done. So I don't mind doing things like that. All right, so today is Thursday, and on Thursdays we usually talk about the A, or the achieving of our real life, and we're going to talk about strength today and what makes a strong person, strong. So over the years, I have been told that I am strong. Now, that is sometimes, they mean that in a physical way. So I have physical strength. And I don't really just have it, you guys. I developed it through daily, sometimes multiple times a day, training. So strength isn't something you just get or have. You have to work at it and develop it and train it. So I've been told I'm strong in a physical way. I've been told I'm a strong person, like as a compliment, like you're such a strong person. Just the other day, I got this great compliment. Somebody told me, I don't remember the exact words, but that I was a powerhouse or something like that. But they meant it, as my personality in a good way. So I was really excited about that. And then I've also been told I have a strong personality in a not so complimentary way, strong personality, meaning sometimes overbearing, sometimes controlling, sometimes, loud and obnoxious, whatever. And so I've been called all different kinds of strong or strength. And what does that mean? All right, so the definition of strength, the quality or state of being strong. Again, another definition that uses the word being defined in the definition. That always cracks me up. So again, the quality or state of being strong, capacity for exertion or endurance, the power to resist force, toughness. So that was the definition of strength. So what's your definition of strength? What would you say you consider the word strong or strength to mean? For me, my definition is pretty simple. Never stays down. Okay, to me, that's a strong person. Not somebody who doesn't have weaknesses, not somebody who doesn't get knocked down, not somebody who doesn't fall on their own sometimes, not somebody who doesn't trip and stumble, but somebody who never stays down, that always gets back up. And then I kind of expanded that a little into knowing who you are, what you want, and going out to get it, no matter how many times you fall down. But in general, never staying down. I think that's a strong person. It takes a strong person once, in the midst of failure or setbacks to rise up and continue on. It is so much easier to just stay down and say, you know what, tried that, didn't work, I'm done. But it takes some immense strength to pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and keep going with, I guess, that injury, if you think about it that way. That injury of failure that hopefully will stress you out so much that you grow. You know, I listened to this podcast the other day, that one of my boyfriend's podcasts, Rob Dial, and it was something about growing through stress or something like that. And he talked about a lobster. And I didn't know this. I just learned this the other day. But that I guess a lobster like has the inside of it, the soft part, and then the outside, the hard shell. Well, the hard shell doesn't ever grow, okay? But the inside grows. And the inside grows so much that the outside shell becomes very uncomfortable, very hard to handle, and gets stressed out to the point where the lobster has to, get rid of that shell or that stressor and grow a new, bigger shell, okay? And it does this multiple times until it's grown full size. And so the point of that was this lobster is growing through stress. And to me, that also kind of signifies a strong person. So be a lobster, people, be a lobster. So now I kind of, in the description of this video, I have all of this written down, but I use the word strength again, like I like to do as an acronym, is it to define what a strong person is. So a strong person is silent when necessary. Check your problems at the door and smile. You know those people that are kind of always Debbie Downers and always ready to tell you everything that's wrong and just always like in a bad mood and always just seems to have all these problems and wants to tell you about them and all of that. Sometimes we don't need to share all that stuff. We just need to smile and be silent when necessary. We need to just do our thing and be present for someone else as opposed to burdening someone else all the time with every single thing that's going wrong in our lives. And so my motto, for the most part, not perfect at this, but I'm in front of people a lot. I talk to people a lot. I typically have always worked in some sort of customer service job. Yeah, check your problems at the door. That's a strong person. Don't bring it with you. Don't take it out on someone else, okay? They didn't do anything to you. So don't give it to them, I guess. All right, a strong person delivers tough love when necessary. So do you ever have kids in your life, namely probably your own, that just need a little tough love? That you've tried everything else, you've tried being patient, you've tried being kind, you've tried, teaching, and finally you're just like, you know what? No, enough is enough. Stop doing that. It's not the right thing to do. No, that is the wrong behavior. We need to practice something better. You need to be better than what it is that you're doing right now. So sometimes you have to deliver a little bit of tough love, okay? I've done that with my kids so many times. And it, usually works. A strong person retreats, regroups, and rebounds. So this is probably my favorite one. Sometimes because sometimes things are so overwhelming. Again, not that a strong person doesn't have bad days or weaknesses. Sometimes they cannot check it at the door. So sometimes they just have to retreat to their corner and regroup, just think about what's happening and take a breath. And like I had to do the other day, just take a break, chill out, do some deep breathing, meditate, pray, and then rebound, come back stronger, bounce back. Strong people bounce back. They're like a rubber ball that bounces back as opposed to like a glass, globe or something that shatters once it's dropped. Okay, so retreats, rebounds, and regroups and comes back stronger. A strong person acquires an education through experience. So I'm going to let out a secret. I know it's not really a secret. I'm not highly educated. I am not, I don't study health and fitness necessarily. I live health and fitness through trial and error, and I have found out what is successful and what isn't. Now, that's not to say that I haven't, read things and learned things through books and materials and articles and things like that. However, most of my education comes through experience. Most of my knowledge or in my opinions are developed through personal experiences that have led me to either success or failure that I'm trying to pass on to you. So I think a strong person acquires an education through experience and learns something from every situation. And I know I say that a lot. I know I say that a lot, but it is so incredibly important for you to know that every single thing you do, every decision you make, every success you have, every failure you have, every minute that goes by, there is something to be learned from that and something to be used, either used up, okay, used up and thrown out, like, nope, that wasn't for me, or used to make you better. So I think a strong person learns through experience. A strong person never gets down, or I'm sorry, never gives up. Falls down 7 times, stands up 8. We've talked about that a lot. A strong person grows. I think, I don't know, tell me if you guys can agree with this. Are you kind of stale right now? Are you stagnant? Are you just existing? Are you just going through life? Are you just staying busy but not necessarily moving forward? Are you complacent? Are you bored? I heard this saying one time, bored people are boring. Not meaning it to be harsh, but if that's how you're feeling, then you need to start doing things that are going to help you grow. And typically that means getting outside your comfort zone. Your comfort zone, I guess, is comfortable. Although if you don't like where you are, I don't understand how that's that comfortable. But you're not going to grow until you try and either fail or succeed at new things. And if you succeed, good for you. Keep that up. And if you fail, shoot, stand back up. Okay, so I think a strong person continues to grow and get outside their comfort zone as opposed to just staying where they are and just kind of like living up or giving up and living this kind of complacent, boring life. A strong person turns to a friend when necessary. All right, so this one, do you have a hard time asking for help? Do you have a hard time delegating? Do you have a hard, you're saying all the time, if only I had more time, but I have so much to do. Well, give some tasks to somebody else. You've probably got a family around to help you or friends around to help you, coworkers around to help you. There's got to be mentors and all of that. Hand some of it off. You don't have to micromanage every single little thing that goes on in your life. And if you hand something off to someone, as long as they're getting the job done, it doesn't matter if they did the job the exact same way you would do the job. Okay, so turn to a friend or family when you need some help, or when you just need a shoulder to cry on. You guys, that's a big question. Do strong people cry? Answer that in the comments right now. Do strong people cry? And I'm not meaning to be stereotypical here or anything, or chauvinistic or whatever. I don't, please don't take any offense to anything I'm about to say. But men have typically had this stereotype of being strong, right? And men don't cry because, boys don't cry because they're strong. If you're a strong woman, does that mean you don't cry either? I don't think that's right. I think it doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman, or if you're strong or weak, or if you cry or don't. sometimes things, you have to let it out in some way, right? You have to let it out in some way. So turn to a friend when necessary. And if that means crying your eyes out, do it. Okay. Now, I've told you before that I have a hard time crying. It's been easier lately, but I have a hard time crying. And I think I think it came from when my dad passed away. Crying was so physically painful that I just tucked that down deep because I didn't want to feel that. And sometimes strong people just need to feel what they have to feel. And we're not used to doing that. And it makes us uncomfortable, which I think I just said it a minute ago. You grow by getting out of your comfort zone. So maybe if you're not a crier, try shedding a tear. Might help. Okay. And then a strong person helps those with their gifts and talents. And that is the beautiful part, I think, of being a strong person, is that you don't have to compete or compare yourself to anyone else. You help. You help with whatever it is you have to help with, and you allow others to help with whatever it is that they have that can help you. Isn't that a beautiful thing, that give and take? You don't always have to be the best. You don't always have to be first. You don't always have to be the most. You sometimes can say, I am better at this. Let me help you with that. You are better at that. Please help me with that. You know what I mean? So help those through your gifts and talents. Don't be stingy with it. Let it out. Be generous with everything it is that you have to give and offer. Just because you help someone and you make them better doesn't mean they're going to be better than you. They're going to be better for them. And you're going to be better because of it. So please, 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 please give your gifts and talents away daily. Help people with that. Okay. So just to recap that, a strong person, silent when necessary, delivers tough love when necessary, retreats, regroups, and rebounds, acquires an education through experience, never gives up, grows, turns to a friend when necessary, and helps those through their gifts and talents. Now, if you don't feel like a strong person, if you don't have it, where do you get it? Life experience. Every single experience you have makes you stronger. And if you're not creating any experiences for yourself, or you're not going through any experiences, that's kind of a problem. Again, get outside your comfort zone. Do something today that makes you uncomfortable. Even if it's just making a phone call. A lot of us don't even like to make phone calls anymore. Make a phone call, okay? So life experience. Working out, to me, that makes me a lot stronger, not just physically, but mentally. For CrossFit, we do something called a WOD. It's a workout of the day. And sometimes you just want to quit because it just seems so hard. But when you don't, it makes you physically stronger and it makes you mentally stronger. Like, if I can handle this, I can handle anything. The last few weeks, I'm thinking, if, during my workouts, I think, oh my gosh, just do one more rep. Just do one more rep. And during my daily life, I think, just take one more step. Just take one more step. And I constantly grow and train that habit of staying strong through, the resistance of doing hard things. And that comes a lot from working out. Positive self-talk or affirmations, and friends, family, or your significant other, and then God and church. And so those are the places that I tend to look for strength when I need it. And then actually most recently I look into books and reading too, and just learning new ways to look at things. So keep that in mind. Go out, be a strong person today. And remember, strength doesn't come from what you can do. It comes from overcoming the things you thought you couldn't. And so that's what I want your action step to be for today, is to comment on this video with one thing about yourself that you think makes you a strong person. So maybe that's just getting up and going to work every day, even though you don't want to, but you have to. Maybe that's, dealing with raising your kids and using tough love. Maybe that, maybe something that makes you a strong person is, being able to say no when you need to say no. Maybe it's, 325-pound deadlift. I don't care. But comment with something on this video that you think makes you a strong person, and let us feed off of each other's strengths and talents. Okay. So that's your action step for today. And then, as always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. I got another subscriber and a few more followers. So we're just going to keep trucking along. Today I'm going to work on that success challenge to hopefully get you some information out in the next week or so. And I hope you enjoy this beautiful, gorgeous day. All right, stay strong. Peace.